Hit live on my phone. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Different Perspective Show. My name is Joshua Jackson, and today we have special guests, which we'll get to a little bit later. First of all, I want to tell you guys what my show is about. My show is mainly about helping those that go through issues in everyday life, helping those that don't seem to see light when it's darkness. We all go through something, and we usually tend to not understand the reason why, or don't understand that there is someone out there to help you, or someone that has been through things you've been through. So that's the reason why we have this show. It's almost essential to a therapy. A lot of us can't afford therapy. It's not saying that you're broke, but it's just my way of giving back to people. One important thing I always tell everybody is look at a different perspective. A different perspective is basically just looking at things through a different person's eyes. I have this thing that I always see life as being great. If someone's doing something negative, I always wonder, what can I do, or what can we do to try to change the world to be a better place? One of the important things I have on my thing is says, don't die with your talent. So many people in the world end up dying, or something happens to them and they're not able to use all their talent that they have. So essentially, that's why it's called Don't Die With Your Talent. Again, today I want to tell you guys thank you for chiming in. But before I even start, today I want to kind of reach out to my brother Victor. He passed away today. So, it's kind of heavy hearts that's on the show that's going on. So again, sending prayers to him. He fought this thing called cancer, and just to go on to him a little bit, he battled it for a very long time, but Victor still kept, this smile, this happiness about him. He never let the situation get him down. He never treated anyone any type of different way. So I just want to let you guys know, just because you're going through something doesn't mean that you have to be mean to the world. You have to be that person. It might be just you that you're going through to show someone that you have strength. And Victor, showed me that he had strength on everything that was going on. He just never gave up. So I just want to again send my prayers out to the family again, brother. I'm going to miss you, truly dearly. With today's show, it's very heavy-hearted. But I'm going to keep pushing because, you pushed on doing what you have to do and you didn't have to. And one of the other things I do want to say is, hey, Victor, you really did exactly what I said. You didn't doubt with your talents. You really gave all of us hope and let them know that even though things are bad, to keep going. You can always make someone smile just because my life is bad. So, again, most praise to you, Victor. Thank you very much. This show is mainly dedicated to you, pushing me through some of the stuff that I have to do. Right, everybody, right on back to the full course of everything. Again, today's topic is, what would you do if your loved ones came up missing? So just to give everybody an update what's going on. So lately, I've been looking at Facebook, and it's been going on since time that we've been missing people. Our loved one has come up missing. Give you back when I was younger, we used to have a milk cart. On the back of the milk cart, it was, the missing person. If you go into Walmart, Walgreens, they have a poster board up with all these missing kids, missing mothers, and we still can't find them. So that's one of the things that I kind of, is going to go with Facebook today to try to help you guys out, even help myself out with this, to put myself in a predicament. Because what would you do if you got that call? How would you act if they called you and say, hey, we cannot find your daughter or your son or even your wife? What would you do? And I don't know if I'm quite ready for that, but this show is going to put us in the area to where I think we can kind of fix this problem. And this is where I'm going into you guys' Facebook to kind of steer me in a couple of directions, to maybe go by doing it. But again, lately, if you look on your Facebook page, people have been posting kids been missing. There was a young lady 2 weeks ago that was missing from Harvey. Yesterday, another little kid, 3-year-old kid, was missing from Austin, Texas. This morning had an Amber Alert for a 3-year-old white kid that was also missing from the Atlantic area. You know, and it's not targeted towards any type of race. And now they doesn't care who you take or when they get taken. It's just gone. You know, it's like, what do you do? You know, so that's what this show is. And today I really want you guys to ask all the questions you want. But to paint the picture a little bit better for you guys, one of the things I want to do is I brought my family in. You know, I have a bunch of nieces and nephews. So today I brought them in, and I'm going to bring them on the stage. And I'm going to paint this picture for you so you can understand why we're doing this. You know, these group of young kids that I'm bringing on is the reason why this invention that we're going to come up with is going to help, you know. So with nothing else being said, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to introduce my nephew, which his name is LJ. So LJ, would you feel free to come on up, LJ? Come on, LJ. Give him a clap, hand of applause, guys. Come on up. Welcome to the show, Mr. LJ. How you doing? Please have a seat, sir. So, Mr. LJ, would you like to tell Facebook who are you? Tell your name, tell who you are.
My name is Justin Natalie M. Jordan. I am from Gary, Indiana. I go to the school named 21st Century. My favorite subject is basketball, and yes.
Okay. So, do you like to play with kids?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. So, one of the things he did say, how old did you say he was again?
I'm 9 years old.
He's 9 years old. You know, at 9 years old, you know, a kid at this age, all they like to do is play. You know, they don't really get involved in what's going on in the outside world. They just know to enjoy life. And somewhere down the road, some gentleman or some woman has started to take that away from kids like this, that they can't play, they can't go out. You know, us as parents are starting to lock our kids in to this little box. And I don't think it's fair that where little LJ can't even go outside and play basketball without mom or dad constantly looking, you know, what is my child doing, or is the neighbor bad? You know, so that's just part of it, okay? So I'm going to continue to roll with the show. Again, my other nephew that I'm going to bring on, Thaddeus. So Thaddeus, come on up. Welcome to the show, Thaddeus. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Please have a seat. Want to slide down a little bit for me, LJ? All right, everybody, we want to welcome Thaddeus to the show. So Thaddeus, do me a favor. Can you just tell Facebook who you are, your name, and how old are you? You gotta look at them. You know, they want to see your nice face, but
my name is Thaddeus Alex Branch, and I'm 9 years old. And the school I go to is 21st Century. And the subjects I like to do is play basketball, and I like to rap.
So again, you know, you hear another young kid. How old you say he was?
9.
So he's also 9. So I have 2 nephews here that's the age of 9 that one likes to rap, one likes to play basketball. Actually, both likes to play basketball. You know, so again, I'm trying to paint this picture for you guys. As an uncle, I now have to figure out something to keep them safe. While as an adult, I still can do some of the things I would like to do, you know, without any issues, without any drama. So this is where everything is starting to form itself up at. Just stay tuned with me for a while on Facebook. So again, today is going to be one of them busy days with your Facebook. So as we go, I'm going to introduce one of my nieces. And I'm going to start with Coley. So Coliana, would you please come up, please? Give Coley a hand, please. Give Coley a hand, guys. Welcome to the show, Coley. Welcome. Princess, welcome to the show. Scoot over, sir. Please have a seat. All right, Facebook. This is Coley. This is my niece. So, Coley, you want to tell them your name? I can't hear you. What'd you say?
My name is Branch.
How old are you?
7.
7. What'd you like to do for fun? Like to play outside? Yes? Okay. So again, we have a 9-year-old, a 9-year-old, and a 7-year-old, and they all like to play outside. So again, with that being said, Facebook, I'm trying to go back to you just to think about it. Just think about you in my shoes, and you have nieces and nephews that like to play outside. But the problem is, again, us as parents, we already work every day. We got this thing, we got to take care of bills. It's about being adulthood. But at the same time, we don't want to deprive our nieces, nephews, or kids to being kids. I think that's where the world has went to now, that we deprive them, and it's not because we can't give it to them. It's a lot because of the dangerous things in the world, So, with that being said, I still have another niece I'm going to bring up. So, what you looking all nervous for? Justice. I'm going to bring up my niece, Justice. So, come on up. Please give Justice a hand, everybody. Please have a seat, Justice. All right. Welcome to the show, Princess. So, tell Facebook your name.
My name is Justice, and I'm 6.
Oh, you 6. So, what do you like to do for fun, Justice?
I love to play outside.
You love to play outside? Anything in particular? No, just like to play. Okay. What school do you go to? Elementary. I know you go to elementary. You ain't go to college yet. What's the name of your school? Can't think about it. It's okay. 21st century. Okay. So again, this is another one of my nieces. How old you say you was? 6. So I have a 9-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 6-year-old. They all go to the same school. And to give you guys again more of what I keep trying to tell you, now as an uncle in my state, think about it. It's not just one I have to worry about, or mom or dad. Now we have 4 that we have to worry about at a younger age. So some things we have to do different. Again, Facebook, my question that I ask you is what I want you guys to start thinking of now before I go to you guys. What would you do if you had the call that said your child or your loved one came up missing? Right? So, again, Facebook, I got to go back to the pool and bring my other niece up. Passion. Please come on up. Give her a hand. Welcome, Princess.
Good morning.
Have a seat, please. So, tell Facebook your name.
My name is Passion Sherry Lawson. I go to 21st Century Charter School. I am 11 years old, and the thing I like to do is play basketball and cheer.
Play basketball and cheer. So I got a bunch of basketball players and one cheerleader. But again, one thing I want to say, if you notice, there's 3 girls and 2 boys. This is just a little sample of all my nieces and nephews. I don't think I have enough room to bring all of them up. It's about 25 to 30 of them. But this is just a focus point I want you guys to start to understand on why they're here. It's because I love them, and I want them to be safe and have fun outside. I don't want them to miss on things that I did when I was a kid. I just played with no worries. But the world that we live in now, they have to worry. So not only do they get stuck in playing video games all day, it's time limited that they get to go out and have fun, because us as parents, again, have to monitor them on a constant basis, because we work a full-time job, and then we got to come in and cook. And, you look at now, the time of life is getting dark, so these are all the things that I just want you guys to be able to picture while you're on a thing that, what if these was your kids and they called you and told you he or she came up missing? What would you do? So we're going to go to Facebook now and kind of get some of you guys' questions. Any questions out there from anybody from Facebook? No one have any questions? No scrolls? You scroll, make sure. Okay, that's what we want.
Sheena BG.
Speak up a little bit.
Sheena BG said, I'm going dark and going to look for mine.
You're going dark and go look for yours. Okay, Sheena, I agree with you. But we all have this plan that we're going to go search for our child. You know, you wouldn't be the first mom that had that idea that when we go to the police station, they don't have an answer for us. You know, so I want you to kind of think a little bit deeper to the statement that I'm asking you. You know, that they don't have an answer for you, that they're not done. What would you do? You know, that's why I say I want people to really think about that. I know we all think about it, hey, I'm going to tear up the town is going to burn, relax. The town is going to burn, but at the end of the day, no matter how much the town burn, because there's been parents that's done the same thing, and they still have not found their child. Anybody else have any questions?
Marissa Flowers says, how do we help to protect them?
Interesting. So before I go to Narissa's question, is anyone else asking anything? No? All right, so Narissa, leading to your statement that you asked is, first on my page, I did put a link, okay? It's a GoFundMe account link. So basically what me and my family came up with was basically like a tracking device for kids. You know, this is the first prototype that we've started with. It's basically called a fighting chance. A fighting chance bracelet is basically exactly what it is. It's basically for any one of my nieces and nephews to be able to wear this bracelet to be able to track them. We set a perimeter. The way this bracelet is set is you set a perimeter for your child. And if that child goes out of that perimeter, it instantly triggers a response to your cell phone to tell you something's wrong. Questions?
We have another comment.
Go ahead.
Anita Fountain says that's hard to say what you would do when you're in a situation like that.
I agree with you, Benita. And that's the reason why I'm coming to you guys with this idea of the fighting chance bracelet. Okay? Again, this bracelet is meant to give my little ones here a fighting chance. Here, you guys can hold it. It's meant to get, relax. It's meant to give these guys and my nieces or your loved one, relax, a fighting chance. Okay? Now, a lot of people may say, hey, why should we have this? Well, think about it this way. Again, as a parent, what if your child is outside and you're cooking? And this usually happens to a lot of people. You know, they go and turn around and their child is missing. So if you had the opportunity, pass it out. If you had the opportunity to find your child in enough time, what this bracelet is allowed to do is to find your child in enough time and be able to alert the police that, alert the police that something's wrong. You know, a child is missing. Any questions?
Yeah. Another question from Larissa Flowers. She says bracelets come off. How do you keep them on?
Well, with this bracelet that we got two ways that we're doing it. The first part is it's a locking system that you can't just pull it off. You have to actually cut it off to get it off. Okay. The second part is it's two world's strongest magnets. So that parent will own a magnet piece which unlocks the magnet. And that's the only way that the clip was able to come off. The bracelet is made by fire hose. So it is waterproof. So if your child happens to go into water, it can keep it on. It goes up to 30, 40 feet into water. So it is waterproof. We're trying to make sure that it's fireproof, but again, anything that lasts a fire that long is never going to be fireproof, but it is fireproof to a point. It's also set to where, think of it this way. If a kidnapper was willing to take one of my nieces and nephews and he saw this bracelet, now he or she has to really think on a plan to take them. They can't just come and grab them and go. So they have to, again, give them a chance.
Another question. Anita Fountain says, what happens if they're not near your phone?
If it's not near your phone, what it does is it actually will link to the dad's phone, the auntie's phone. It's an app. So again, it's a trigger to where it's just not your phone. Whoever you have in the family, whether it's a sister, a brother, a niece, they can also have this app also that should trigger them. Again, it's not, at some point as an adult, you have to play some part to it. I can lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink it. But I'm telling you, hey, in order to keep your child somewhat safe or even having a fighting chance to find your child, you have to be responsible as an adult to know that I need my phone by me in order to keep them safe.
Another question from Narissa Flowers says, what if the attacker takes it off?
Okay, good question, Narissa. So what I want to say to you guys is, again, if your attacker sees the teeth, the bracelet, and your attacker is taking it off, which they're a lot smaller, this is just the bigger version, he or she has had to plan this a whole different way. She can't, or he can't just take him. So can you stand up for a second? If this is the child and she has the bracelet on, if I'm an attacker, now I'm giving her a fighting chance because I have to do is now yell. Yeah. This is a fighting chance. So with this bracelet, he's fighting to do this while she's yelling and scratching, which gives anybody in your neighborhood a chance to react. So again, before she has this, a killer usually goes this way and take her. So he's not thinking about this. So when she goes out of her comfort zone, it blinks and gives him a chance. Not only that, once it goes off, if she happens to get in a car or a truck, me or the parent can now locate the police and say, hey, my child has been kidnapped and is coming up on live data. That's what it's giving you, live data on where they're tracked to. So you can say my child is on 15th Street and the police now can link that into them. So it is linked also to the police process. Thank you.
Another question. Marissa Flower said, would a chip be better?
No. I did my research. That's why if you look at it now, no one is being chipped because of that. Two reasons why people are not being chipped. The first thing is your skin grow over the chip and it actually goes inside of your body. The second thing is a chip is no good for someone that doesn't get it implanted in them from the beginning. So that's why a chip is not out. And that's even with dogs. That's why a lot of people, which I have a dog, I don't want the chip because of that same reason. I have to go back I think it's 3 years, depending if something's going on. And if you get sick, that chip actually has to come out because you can't do any type of medical work with you. The good thing about this bracelet is, again, you can wear it on your wrist or you can wear it on your ankle. Again, I say this, if I am a kidnapper and I'm trying to take someone, if I see this bracelet, I have to really come up with a better plan, which now, us as parents need to pay attention that something's wrong, or even the kid can say, hey, Mom, I see this truck that keep coming around. So you can kind of tell now. So it's a pretty good process so far.
Narissa Flowers says, you said that it could be cut off. What if the attacker You said that it could be cut off. What if the attacker is,
So I think I understood your question. So I said it can be cut off. Anything can be cut off. That's basically safe to you. Again, I only can paint you guys the picture. Again, I'm going to use someone else. Can someone else come up for me? So I'll use you. So if you turn around. So here's his bracelet, which it will be smaller. It's for each kid. This is just a big one. So again, I am the attacker. I now have to come with a knife or some scissors. So his hand is here. What am I going to do? Cut? What are you going to do? Scream. I want you to scream. So this is again a fighting chance. That's why the bracelets call it fighting chance. Because not only now, if he cuts this bracelet up, because he has to go through this, not only that, he has a chance now to fight back. So if he's going to fight back, now a kidnapper is going to say, I don't got time for this, and go away. Besides, if you don't have this, it's easier for me to go this way. There's nothing for you to say. But with the fighting chance, he has an opportunity. Again, if you put it on your child's wrist, that's just that part. But if you decide you want to put it on your child's ankle, one, the kidnapper doesn't know it's on his ankle, first of all. So by the time he get it, it can trigger you to say, hey, something's wrong with my child. He's out of his comfort zone, which you build. You build that comfort zone. And also have a system to where if your child is going to school and you teach him a certain path to walk, if he go out of that area, at that point in time, something's wrong. It alerts you to know you have to do something about your child. Any questions?
Sheena BG wants to know what makes the bracelet different from an Apple Watch.
Well, an Apple Watch, you actually can't track your child, or you can. Let me rephrase it. I'll say this differently because I'm gonna put it the right way. It has the same technology as an Apple Watch. It's compatible to an Apple Watch. But what makes it any different is at this moment in time, we don't use Apple Watches for kids this little. A child this little don't have an Apple Watch. He's not walking, 8-year-old's not walking around with an Apple Watch. If you is, okay, 40%. Also, the Apple Watch, you cannot put a parameter on it to say, hey, only my child can go in this area. So you built a box around it to where he or she can go in there. So that's the difference between our bracelet than the Apple Watch. Apple Watch is made for that type of communication. This is made so if he comes out of a comfort zone, what you make as a parent, it will trigger you to say something's wrong.
Next question. Marissa Flowers says, what's to stop a predator from purchasing a set just for the magnets?
Each magnet is made differently. Okay, so once you go through each set of magnets, or each parent that goes on have a different set of magnets that will not lock it. So your magnet can't unlock his magnet, my magnet cannot unlock her magnet. So each one has its own unique, how do I want to say it? Unique magnetization to make it unlock on its own.
Patricia McGee says she wants to know how safe it is.
It's far as I know of, it's 100% safe. Again, it's made out of water holes, which is not irritatable to anyone's skin. It's not irritatable to anyone's skin. We got it so again the child can go into bath. Most people is allergic to gold and silver and stuff like that. That's why we kind of went to the rope mechanism. No one's really allergic to it. So as of this moment, with the data that I have deal with it, it's not. It's safe. If we ever find out when it comes on the market that it's unsafe, then we will adjust it. Again, that's why the GoFundMe is created to keep on building and make it better. This, again, like I said, is the official prototype for that. The other good thing about this is, if you guys are at a museum or a festival and you got it to where your bracelet only supposed to be 20 feet from your child. So if your child go out of that it also comes on to pop on red to show someone else that something's wrong, you know. So it's an indication that you can see visually also. Besides, again, it's also asking Benita's question, you know, if you don't have your phone in your pocket, it's also a visual that says something's wrong. He's out of the scope of it.
Benita Fountain says if the attacker is trying to cut off the bracelet, it gives the child a chance to run and possibly get away.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it does. That's why it's called a fighting chance bracelet, because of that reason. You know, again, nothing's 100% proof. No matter what you do, you can put your kid in the bubble. Someone's always going to figure out something. But at this moment in time, with the data that I have found, every week it's over 700 kids come up missing across the world. You know, they have these trafficking that kids come up missing. And we've always had the data, but no one's ever thought about how do we keep our loved ones this young protected. And again, it's not just for the loved ones here. It's for your wife. You know, it's for people that have autism. Sorry, I pronounced it wrong. You know, they also come up missing, and people can't find them. So you can also use it for them. It's just not for this. It's used for multiple things. It's just I'm really focused on these ones that I love, that how can I change it? Because our law system right now is just not working.
Patricia McGee says, I think this is a very good thing that you came up with, because I was just saying if something was to happen to my daughter, that what would I do, because she's at that age now that I have to let her walk home. Trap a child. Do you think you will have it on the market for sale? Because I would be the first one to purchase one.
To answer your question, Patricia, I'm glad you like it, so thank you. As far as the market, that's what I'm working on now. Talking to different vendors. Also, to the link that you guys see, I also put up a GoFundMe account which would help us with this process. So one of the things I do ask you guys is to kind of share it. Each bracelet right now will run between $150. I'm trying to keep it to a good minimum price, which is affordable. Because again, like Sheena McGee said, your average Apple Watch costs you $300. So, and it doesn't do all the necessary things that we are doing, you know. So I think it'll work. Once someone from the outside see it and ready to buy in, I think we're good to go. Sit down with the police next week to pitch the idea to them. If you know anyone that, you know, can help us process this any faster, you know, I don't want nothing to ever happen to my nieces and nephews, and I'm sure you also got loved ones you don't want nothing to happen to. Any more questions?
Narissa Flowers says, what's the name of the GoFundMe account?
It's called a fighting chance bracelet. If you look into the top list, I actually added into the invite page. So if you look on there, when you guys look at the top page, I put it on there. Once it's over, I would share it again. I ask that you guys please share this video, share the GoFundMe account. Anything counts. You know, my goal is 20,000. I do have my own money saved up to be able to do a lot of work, but with that, it keeps things, you know, less instead of very, very much expensive. And again, it may come out cheaper if I get someone to help buy in with it. But if I or my family have to continue to do everything by themselves, that is probably about the market that it would be
in. Benita Fountain says, how soon do you think it will be available? I have little ones. I would like to get it for, and also my daughter will be even next year going away to college.
Benita, with God's luck, I'm hoping that we're hopefully by the end of November, someone starts to have it going. Like I said, I got the first prototype, so I got to find out how long it's going to take me to get them all done. So I would easily say somewhere between the beginning of the year and the end of November if everything goes the way it's supposed to.
Marissa Flowers says older people with dementia and Alzheimer's as well.
Yes, I hit that earlier. People that have dementia and Alzheimer's, this would be great for you guys. Again, you don't even have to be there with them. You can put the app to your phone, so it is compatible to those that has Apple. It is compatible to those who have basic Android. It's just an app that you download, and again, it fits your phone, so it's not changing anything. So it will fit them. And just to let everybody know, in case you didn't understand, the way the process works is once you get the bracelet, you're going to download the app. Then at that point in time, you're going to be hooked into like an ADT. And at the ADT now is going to have a connection with the police. So at any time that the parent first say that my child is out of the comfort zone, you're going to be the first eyes to go and look. After that, you're going to trigger the ADT. After the ADT goes, now it becomes the law enforcement unless you just click straight to law enforcement.
Patricia McGee wants to know if you have someone else's child, like your grandchild or your niece or nephew, could the parent or the caretaker both be able to track the child?
Yes. So again, the app is compatible to anyone's phone. All they do is download it. So again, if I'm the caretaker, which I'm watching my niece and she's at my home, I can download it to my phone also, which is compatible to, her bracelet. So it is, and it's unique only to her because it's a code. It only goes to your phone and to you. The only way that it's going to be tracking. You can't just go and download it and it fits hers. No, it's a unique code that goes straight to her bracelet that keeps track only of her. See? So, again, Facebook Live. Today was mainly about, I want to talk to, my nieces and nephews and bring them on because I just think this is what we need in the world. I'm going to ask my nieces and nephews if they have any questions. If not, I'm going to lead them off. So I'll go around the table and ask them the questions. LJ, do you have any questions?
It is a boy and girl bracelet, like a personal boy and girl bracelet.
So LJ question he asks is they a boy and a girl's bracelet? At this moment, LJ, we have a yellow bracelet and we have a gray bracelet. I've also worked on a red bracelet. They are both unisex, so it doesn't look any different from anybody. So at this moment in time, it just looks all the same. Okay. Any questions?
Yeah, I got a question. So, can pets have like the bracelet? Can pets have a bracelet?
Yes. So his question was, can his pet have a bracelet? Do you have any pets? What you have? So he has a dog. How old is your dog?
It's a baby. I
A
don't know.
baby. So he also has a pet. So here's again, he's looking into something that he's loved that someone is always taking, which is dogs. So yes, it is compatible for your dog. You can use it also for him. It's adjustable, so it comes in multiple sizes, small, medium, extra small, and large. So it is compatible to your dog. Any questions? No? Do you have any questions?
Can it be on a person, like a grown person?
Yes. So her question is it just for kids? No, it's also set for grown people also. Again, you may have a wife that goes to Hawaii, whatever, and you want to make sure that she's okay. She can put the bracelet on her ankle. She can still go swimming in salt water. It does nothing to it. She's perfectly fine. So it is set for a wife or a husband or adult also. Any questions?
No.
No?
No.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions out there? No questions? All right, so I want to first tell my guests I do appreciate you guys. When it first comes out, you guys will be my first task of getting in. So I want to say thank you, LJ, for coming on. All right, please have a seat. Thank you, sir, for coming. All right, thank you. All right, I love you guys. Thank you, dear. I love you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I love you. So, again, just to go through it with Facebook, all the paperwork is set and ready to go for the fighting bracelet, so everybody knows. The website should be up. The website should be up soon. I'm working on it, but again, the prototype is here. This bracelet is set to fit again from infant down to adults. As LJ asked, does it fit dolls? It's down to fit dolls also. Yes.
He says, I really think this is a good, a great thing that you can come up with.
Thank you, Patricia. Again, it wasn't just me, it was also, my family, and the reason why I always say my family, because without my nieces and nephews, some of the things I'm thinking about now wouldn't have came to part. But every day I see someone sharing a child is missing, and I think about like, man, if my niece came up missing and my sister came back and said, hey, she's missing, what would we really do? So is what can I do as a parent, as an uncle, as a loved one to them to make sure that we give them a chance? And that's all we ask for. Parents now, I've talked to maybe 2 parents that have had a child being kidnapped and still not back. And one of the things that they talked about was they just hope that their child is still alive and they get a fighting chance. So that's what this bracelet is all about. I'm not here to tell you guys it's going to stop trafficking, because it's impossible. A criminal going to do what a criminal is going to do. But I am here to tell you that it can deter someone and save your child or save your dog because of the bracelet, because of the look. So we spend our money on a lot of different things in life that sits and doesn't do any justice. This is going to do a lot of justice for a person that you love. Please support it. Please share it. Talk to your friends. It's worth every bit of it. Any more questions?
Patricia McGee says, I want to know where we can purchase them and when.
Well, like I said, Patricia, when I answer Ms. Fontaine question, I'm working on that. Again, I sit down with some more people starting next week. As soon as I find out information, I'll have it out for you guys. In the meantime, in case someone figured this is not an idea for them, it's not going to stop me. I'm going to push it on for myself. Please share the GoFundMe account. Please donate. If you donated a penny, every part counts. That penny will help me get some stitches or whatever. So every part counts. So whatever you can, a share, a penny. If you know someone can put me in the right area, please contact me. My information is all on there. Again, once the show is over, I will put the GoFundMe account up. Just ready. I'm ready.
Marissa Flowers says, with animals, can you make it for dog pets?
Yes. Like I said, one of the kids asked, can you use it for dogs? Yes. I also, the reason why I went for fire hose, because if a dog bites on the fire hose, it's actually durable enough for a dog can't bite it, can't tear it up like that. So it is set for dogs also.
And then Patricia McGee says, and what is the site for the GoFundMe so I can contribute?
I put it up on the beginning page, Patricia. If you don't see it, as soon as the show is over, I'm going to share it. I'll tag you guys in it. And again, if you know anybody, please tag them in it. I'll get it up going for you guys. See? All right. So coming down towards the end, everybody, it's about closing time. First, I want to tell my Facebook friends and fans, thank you guys for tuning in. I want to tell my sisters, thank you for allowing me to have my nieces and nephews on the show. I can't picture myself losing one of my loved ones, and don't say I don't have a chance to find them. Um, that's what this was all about, giving them a fighting chance. That's what we all look for. And it's funny the way the world goes, because I go back to Victor. You know, he did a fighting chance. He had cancer, you know, and that's what we ask. This thing is called cancer that's killing everybody. You just want a fighting chance. So that's all my bracelet is for, a fighting chance for kids.
Betty Jefferson says, "This is a great Gemini. This is great, Gemini Jane. You always thinking about something positive."
Hey, Betty, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Yes, I'm just hoping everybody else, again, chime into the bracelet. You know, regardless if they do it or don't, I'm going to keep pushing, because I know it's a high market and demand for it. And I'm always thinking positive, like I said, life is short. What are you going to leave when that's it? You know, Betty, you got your son, so I can paint the picture with you. You know, you love your child to death. Just imagine if you got that call to say, hey, Betty, your son didn't come to school. What would you do? You know, and one of the things I want to paint for you, for my fans and family, is this. It's best to have it than not have it. Because that's the worst thing is you can tell yourself is, I wish I would have bought that before it happened. If it doesn't happen, oh well. But if I do, at least I am 3 steps ahead. So we're going to go back to Facebook one more time before my closing remarks. Is there any more questions out there? No more questions? Okay, so my closing remarks today is, first, I want to tell everybody thank you guys for tuning in. I will put the GoFundMe account up a little bit later. In life, we find things that's very hard to control, or very hard to, I guess, hold on to, you know. And when God gives you an opportunity to have things to hold on to, you have to reach out to it. This has been on my heart and my mind for almost, I don't know, 6 months. I've been going through building this 6 or 7 months. And I want to share it with you guys. You know, they say the only way to pass on what God gives you is to give it to somebody else. Stop holding all your stuff that you got inside of you. You know, if you love somebody, this is for you. If you want better for somebody, this is for you. You know, so my thing for the day is, those that you love, this is for them. Pass it on to them. I love my nieces and nephews. I love my kids. I want nothing to happen to them. Thank you guys. Have a good evening. Again, at the end of the day, don't die with your talent. Victor, brother, rest up. We'll be seeing you soon. Woods family, love for you guys. Take it easy.